So Nancy Pelosi went on Morning Joe, and Nancy Pelosi basically said Joe Biden needs to make a decision. And, again, hate to remind you, Nancy, but he did make the decision, and so did Dr. Jill, and they've told you that over and over and over and over again. So no, unless you're suffering, of course, from the same thing, he doesn't really need to make a decision. It just happens to be that he hasn't made the decision that you want. So she did say this. I promise you she did. And yet, this guy, Jamie Harrison, goes on television and gaslights all of America by trying to whitewash what Nancy Pelosi just said. Take a peek.
Influential Democrats like former House Speaker Pelosi, who yesterday made clear she was not ready to just go along with a Biden campaign. What is your answer to them?
Well, the speaker made clear that she supports Joe Biden, has always supported Joe Biden, and will support Joe Biden. This is the thing that folks have to understand. Why do you vote for a president? Do you vote for a president because of their age? Do you vote for them because they debate well?
Okay, blah, blah, blah. You heard him, right? That's the head of the DNC. He's saying, no, she supports Joe Biden. She's always supported Joe Biden. You people are just hearing things, kind of like you're just seeing things when Joe Biden falls. That's just a cheap fake, right? Huh? Yeah, right. Well, Nancy Pelosi, just so you know, and I know, we're not the crazy ones. That guy is. Take a peek at her here saying exactly what he's trying to refute.
Does he have your support to be the head of the Democratic ticket?
As long as the president it's up to the president to decide if he is going to run. We're all encouraging him to make that decision because time is running short.
I got to tell you, like, she's struggling with something herself. She cannot speak. The woman cannot enunciate anymore. Decide or decide. Which is it, Nancy? Listen, she's struggling with her own set of issues, and she's not there in age herself. We need to get rid of this whole class of politicians, I'll tell you that. Anyway, we know what we heard. He's already made his decision, Nancy. You just don't like it. So that was, you want to talk about how fast this news cycle is. That was yesterday morning. 24 hours ago, by midday, she was starting to get a little bit testy, shall we say. Take a peek.
Do you believe that him waiting so long to make this decision?
I'm not making any comments in the hallway about the fate of our nation. Okay?
Are you concerned whether or not he can win in November?
I think he can win.
Do you believe he should run for re-election?
I'm not speaking English to you. I'm not going to be making any statements about any of that right now in the hallway.
All right, I'm going to go out on a limb and just say, the optics of that did not look so good for a Democrat like Nancy Pelosi. I mean, do you really want to be telling a black woman, young woman, quote, do you speak English? I can't believe these people. And nobody's even called that one out. I mean, that's pretty darn obvious. And that was really condescending. So she's starting to get a little bit ornery now, you see, because none of them know what to do. The curtain's been pulled back in a pretty massive, major way. And I'll tell you this, you know who it helps? It helps Donald Trump. And he knows it. Watch him.
Despite all the Democrat panic this week, the truth is it doesn't matter who they nominate because we are going to beat any one of them in thundering landslides. And this November is going to be amazing, going to be the most important election in the history of our country because our country's going down the tubes. That's a nice way of saying our country's not doing too well. We've never had anything like it. Our borders, our economy, the worst inflation ever. We have the politics on our side. We have the policies on our side that will make America great again, and they don't. They will only continue to destroy our nation. Our nation is being destroyed.
He's not wrong. And you know what these policies have meant for you. You know the inflation hardship that everyone's experiencing. You know what it means when, you have an open border. We're going to have to talk coming up about how they seem to think that all those people pouring in across the country ought to be able to vote as well. Yeah, that was a big thing that just went down there on Capitol Hill. These people are really squandering the capital that we have as a nation. Speaking of capital, if you have any capital, even just $2, $5, I don't care what it is a week, you need to think about how you're investing right now. I encourage you. We have a wonderful promotion going on at my company that I co-founded with the brilliant investor Rob Horton. Spent a couple of decades on Wall Street, picking stocks, running billions of dollars, picking the best stocks from mutual funds. And guess what? We have him here on our team, on our side right now. He and I started a company together called 76 Research. You can go to 76research.com or go to 76report.com. We published the 76 report for you where you get a lot of ideas about investing. You can also go and get our model portfolios, which I highly encourage. They've got 10 to 15 stocks in each one, and they're set up for sort of different ideas and different themes, whether you're interested in that basic income that you might be getting in retirement and you want to make sure you have some income, and therefore you're interested in kind of a dividend style portfolio, or maybe you're interested in protecting yourself from inflation, and that is your goal. Or maybe you want to capture some of this growth, right? Outside of NVIDIA, because everybody, you can invest in the S&P. Rob and I were talking about that just yesterday, in the S&P, and you'll get NVIDIA in there. But what else can you be looking at that captures the AI play that maybe doesn't have the same set of risk factors because it doesn't have the valuation that maybe an NVIDIA does right now? That's in the American Resilience portfolio. So I encourage you to go over there. You can go and get the 76 report, which is some of that just knowledge that you need to be investing right now to keep you on top of the news curve from an investment standpoint. Just go to 76report.com and type in code $, okay? My gift to you for the month of July, we're running a special. I said to Rob, we need as many people doing this as we can, because I really do. I passionately feel, I don't care if it's $2, $1, or $5 a week, you need to be investing. You need to be thinking about your future, because you don't want to be relying on regular wages, which, by the way, aren't keeping pace with inflation, and you certainly don't want to be relying on Uncle Sam or Uncle Joe. So go to 76research.com, use code word $, DOLLAR, and get that 76 report. If nothing else, sign up for the free stuff, ladies and gentlemen, please.